Welcome back, Super Metroid fans, to this best of three between HisBeardNis and Mo. This is the final race between them, the 11th seed runner, Mo, versus the 22nd seed, HisBeardNis. I'm here, Spiffy Thomas, with my co-commentator, NN. How you doing? Welcome on, everybody.
How you doing, Spiff? This is the final game of these two.
All right, let's take a look here. Get a little bit of a delay. We'll fix that momentarily.
We will indeed.
We start off in Criteria this time, close to the map and right next to the ship.
A ship start?
Yeah, basically a ship start. It doesn't get much better than this, folks. Much more classic. Now, both the runner to get to the ship. They're really wanting to get to that map. It's so close, yet so far. But first, they have to find some Morph Ball. Oops. And there's Morph Ball right there, just to the left side of ship.
So, Spiffy, do you want to walk the chat, anyone not familiar, through this this mode? It's quite unique to this multicat.
Yeah, this mode is very unique, and it doesn't require the same normal objectives that it might before. You might be used to seeing the Golden 4 bosses, right? Well, not here. No Ridley required, no Kraid required, no Phantoon required. None of those at all. This category is where the objectives are the Metroid rooms. All 4 Metroid rooms that you see before the baby in Torian. So we got Metroid 1, 2, 3, and 4. What we do is we take that tracker, the Golden 4 at the bottom of your screen, and that's how we would be tracking the objectives for this race here. In the original Super Metroid, the intended boss order is going to be Kraid, Phantoon, Dragon, and Ridley. In that order, KPDR. We'll be using that order to mark our Metroid objectives. So Metroid 1 will be Kraid, Metroid Room 2 will be Phantoon, so on and so forth. Another unique thing about this is the endgame requirements when you reach Mother Brain. And then let the people know what that's all about.
In this mode, you just have to make sure you've got enough ammo to break the glass, and then there's no second or third stage of the fight.
Exactly like that. Break the glass, shoot the brain a few hundred times with your P-shot. No, just kidding. You actually can't use your charge beam on Mother Brain 1. But Mother Brain 1 is the glass section when she's in that glass case. That is the only requirement for Mother Brain this time around, leading to the idea of no tanks being needed for Mother Brain to complete this game at all, in fact.
We do have a question in the chat too about who picked and banned what modes.
Yes, so we have the bans and the picks. Mo, being the higher seed, decided to go first. He can either ban first and pick second, or he can ban second and pick first. Mo, being the higher seed, decided to ban first, and he decided to ban no objectives. Following suit, Nis decided to ban double suit, which led to Nis picking Gravity 9+1 for the first game, and which he actually he took away from Mo. It was a very close race, but Nis ended up taking that from Mo. And the second one, of course, that you just saw not that long ago was going to be Mo's pick, Varia plus movement. All right, these guys are off. Get the map.
Nis doesn't have supers again.
I see.
That did cost him a bit of time in game number 2.
Did we see where those supers were? Were they top left of ship? No, top left was grapple.
Mo is just too fast. Blink and you miss it.
Yeah, blink and you miss that map too. Where's that X that we missed? Top right of big pink.
Top right of big pink.
Found her.
Yep. So that would be your first supers.
Or the better name, biggest pinkus. Oh, this doesn't go for the X. That's interesting. He knows he's missing an ammo type. As first seed, Eddie always says, if you're missing an ammo type, especially early in the game, you have to treat those X's like majors. They are very, very likely logical progression. And Mo gets gravity suit. He finds gravity at Mama Turtle. Huge. Can he get out of this? Can he get out? Easily.
He's safe.
With gravity suit and Mama Turtle, makes that pretty easy to escape. Wave beam for Nis and another energy tank.
Another baby.
The baby. Oh, Mo. Oh, he's trying to flex some of his rando skills.
Almost had it.
Koi Stream, thank you for the rain. Welcome in Raiders to the third race and final race between these two Super Metroid Map Rando Tournament racers. Just to reiterate what the pick and bans were, Mo is our 11th seed who decided to ban no objectives first. HisBeardNis is the 22nd seed and decided to ban double suits. And now we have progressed on past Gravity 9+1 in the first game that Nis took, Varia plus Movement in the second game that Mo took, and the finale, the final category remaining is Metroid 2 with no Mother Brain 2. I'm sorry, Metroid objectives with no Mother Brain 2.
Nis struggling a bit here in Bubble Mountain.
The Bubble Mountain jump, the delayed wall jumps, they're hard, they're tough.
He's tried the crossroom jump. Now he's got it this time. But yeah, that is a
Gets away
tough
with it.
wall jump. It's not.
Is the super gonna bail him out? Is it supers? It is.
But it's a GT fight as well.
GT fight is really slow, especially when the other pack was free at the top right of Big
BT
Pink.
Fight, sorry.
It's gold to somebody out there.
Yeah. It's a statue. Mo also having trouble with the same wall jump, but
it's tough, man. It's tough. You'll even see top runners miss it from time to time. It's not an easy jump.
Mo also opted to kill BT for those supers.
That's an interesting choice. He already has a pack, and he knows GT is slow. Well, slow-ish, I guess. But having that extra 10 or the extra 5 super pistols might pay off later. It would be a shame if you just kind of went and found Ridley and he only had 25 supers, you know what I mean? He wants to make sure he accounts for every situation possible.
We have not seen any Metroid rooms yet.
Not yet, no. Unless you want to count the baby.
Unfortunately, not an objective.
That's kind of unfortunate. I'm still in favor of adding the Mocktroid room Coliseum to the Metroid objective. Oh, that means we'd also have to add pre-bot wound, huh?
We would, yeah.
It's gonna get out of there.
Getting the gravity suit at 8 minutes.
Yeah, slightly slower than Mo, but
yeah, but
not too shabby at all.
Game 2.
Still anybody's game.
At early days. But game number 2, yeah, he was struggling with the underwater movements.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure this gravity suit is actually not what Mo wanted to see. In the second one, you don't start with gravity, and he managed to use his superior water movement to get kind of break away from Nis there. It also helped that he found gravity early in race number 2. Nis found his significantly later compared to Mo. However, considering that he banned double suit, I'm not sure how Nis feels about this either.
It's something we'll have to ask in the post race.
Definitely. All right. The major in the bottom left, the criteria. What is it? Survey says Space Beam. Oh, it's charge.
Beam.
This could change the way they approach this seed, especially Nis, who only has one pack of supers. They already have wave. If they get charge as well, will they commit to the beams play? Aim for majors only. It's very possible.
Ideally, he'd like to see an ice there for the Metroids.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Currently, only one pack of power bombs.
I'm still under the impression that they're gonna make some boss required, which means charge has some value. I have yet to see anytime recently a Metroid objective that didn't have at least a boss required. In fact, my game 2 versus Gameaholic just the other day, our last two Metroid objectives were blocked by Ridley. And if you wanted to cheese Ridley, like cheese the route of Ridley, you can break logic to get a spike suit and go right to left Croc Speedway. But then that route is also blocked by Dragon. So we were just literally blocked by bosses, and there was nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, so even though the bosses are not the objectives, there's every possibility you might have to deal with one to progress, so it is worth.
Absolutely. Oh, Mo did
your loadout. Trying to do the snail clip.
It successfully does the snail clip, but he actually tried to break spin on top of the snail. You cannot break spin on the snail, otherwise you will go through the top hitbox and actually take damage. Alright, so Charge Beam, now realizing my folly. No Mother Brain 2, no bosses. Charge Beam has little to no value. But it could be valuable.
Yeah, little to no value so far. I'm still expecting mandatory Ridley.
Mandatory Ridley. Great for us, the viewers. Not so great for the runners themselves.
Oh, we have a few majors and a Metroid's room. 2 Metroid's rooms here in Meridia.
He's got the pack of power bomb he needs. It really depends if he wants to go for maybe more, so he doesn't have to farm as much, or does he want to risk it?
There's a few majors here when we've not seen ice, so.
No ice yet, and a potential speed lock, too.
Nis dropping through the hole there.
Ooh, tragic. Doesn't get charged and just misses the jump. That's... Uh-oh.
Oh.
Mo's in trouble. He gets out.
Mo saved at the
well,
last
Nis... Oh, takes the reset. Oh, he's putting extra value in that charge, maybe? Or is he just going to move on?
I think he's going to try the top left major.
Wait, there's a top left major?
So I believe. We need Nis to open the map.
So here's double chamber again. He's going to get the reserve. Maybe not. He might just be going straight to Meridia, honestly. I think that's the smart play here. Yeah, he's going to say, forget charge. We don't need it. We're going to Meridia. As you can see, Mo's back in... He's back in Criteria now. He's already done with Meridia. Oh, misses the D-boost. Mo got the snail clip the second try. Is Nis going to try the same deal?
Looks like it.
Oh, it looks a little high. He knows it's a little high. That looks good. You need to stop. There you go, sir.
Yeah.
He's also trying to do that spin break deal. All right, so Mo's back in Meridia. Oh, he took a reset. He took a reset. Do we know why Mo took the reset? Did he get lashed on by the Metroids and maybe just took too much damage? Because I knew he popped his reserve. Or perhaps maybe it was just closer. He couldn't get back up tower and took too much damage. Ah, gotcha. And there's Varia's suit. Mo, it's looking very, very strong. Only needs to find ice and maybe just for convenience, and then that's about it. Don't forget, there's still potential for a speed lock, so speed booster could be critical for this seed. Just gonna need this E-Tank to bail him out. Can he get it? He gets it just in time. Bailed out.
And
another pack of supers to boot. Oh my gosh, I wonder what's going through his mind right now.
Certainly a lot of pressure. Oh, was that a major there for Mo?
Is he gonna go for it though? Maybe he's afraid of that speed lock that he experienced in Seed 1. I think he's gonna try and get everything until he gets speed. Especially since it's being so close. Ice Beam. Very, very nice beam for this Metroid's objective. Also prevents the ammo requirement now that he can do Zeb Skip.
Did you see the wreck ship map?
I did not. I think it was really, really small though. Because Mo just paused it, unpaused it, and he's done.
It is incredibly small.
Beard. Taking his time, figuring out what he needs to do.
Beard pause. Having a proper think.
Yeah, these streams are still off by 1 second, so... What happened?
Technical difficulties. I think we're back.
I believe we're back. Please hold. We need like a timeout screen for those technical difficulties. That's what we need.
And some Philip music.
Yeah, true. Elevator music. Fill in the gap. Rubies, thanks for the raid. Welcome in on Raiders. Again, this is HisBeardNis with 1 win, the 22nd seed, versus Mo with 1 win, the 11th seed of this Super Metroid Map Rando Multicategory tournament. Best of 3. This is the final race, the random pick, the remaining pick. Metroids with no Mother Brain 2. This takes a reset here.
Reset.
Yeah. This is a tough call. He sees those majors.
Has Mom misread this room?
He's going to give up on that E-Tank and Super Pack that he found. Also going to follow suit, looks like. No, he's just going to go on down nice and dangerous like. That's what we like to see.
Gotta be careful.
Ooh, he's in trouble. His health is starting to run out. And he takes another death.
Valiant effort.
Valiant effort, but he's definitely feeling the heat now.
Yeah.
He wasn't happy with his performance in the second race, and if with these couple of hits, these couple of resets now, it's sure to be weighing on him pretty heavily.
I think he might be taking.
Oh, he's rushing it. Yeah, he's rushing it. He must be unfamiliar with the strategy that 90% uses. It's a tough strat for sure. It's very, very risky. but you can consistently skip them if you know how to do it correctly.
I don't think he found the health right before he tried that. Well,
He did. He
Yeah,
filled
must
all the
have
way
done.
up that last time. Yeah.
Must have done. There's Amphitheater.
Amphitheater for Mo. Mo's kind of running away with this one at the moment. Nissel a little stuck behind all this heat and the Red Key Hunter stairs. Gonna actually grab that second E-Tank. Or I'm sorry, that third E-Tank. It's a very interesting choice he's making. He sees the major on the left. I'm assuming he saw the major on the left-hand side. Of course, he doesn't know it's Varia.
X-ray for Mo.
Best beam.
Double
X-ray.
major high jump birds.
Still not exactly what he's looking for, though. He wants that speed booster to make sure he can get everywhere.
Yeah, that does seem to be the play, right, with these Metroid category.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's really tough, though, because,
yeah.
like, just as we saw earlier, and Funny versus Aussie, that the speed booster kind of gave them critical information. It wasn't required, but even if it's not necessarily required, it could help make your decisions that much better. But as we saw in race 1 between HisBeardNis and Mo, it can also prevent you from making good decisions. I guess that's just map rando, isn't it?
That is map rando. But Niz has successfully got this major we hadn't seen before, and it is Spring Ball.
Spring Ball, not exactly what he wants to see, considering he already has Gravity Suit. Convenient, absolutely. Necessary, not in the slightest. Kind of a scam map for Mo here. Link, he was going towards map. It's a wall instead.
Yeah, he did that with the Spring Ball major that Niz just picked up. He went left into the room, and it was the Spring Ball room. It didn't connect.
Ah, true. The luxury item room. Oh, decides to turn around. That map could easily be on the right-hand side, but he's going to try and check a different direction in this shaft for this connector, this hub.
Nope.
This finds a well-placed save in Everest.
Croc Speedway.
Yep. So we've come into speed lock room number 1. That doesn't mean the map is locked. That doesn't mean it's not accessible.
No, he's going to have to.
It's just not accessible from that route. Convenient save for Mo here. Never underestimate the value of a save point inside a hub. It is crucial, especially if you're kind of going all in for a map. Some more power bombs. Ooh, this is missing that grapple. Hopefully I'm not the only one under the impression that grapple without gravity is actually easier. It's actually just better. Grapple without gravity.
Interesting. I'm inclined to agree. You're definitely moving slower.
Yeah, keep in mind, this doesn't have Arya. He's going to have to do all of this while in the heat runs. It's difficult, but if he ever goes back and discovers where Varia is, he might just be kicking himself in the head.
Yeah, because we've already seen Croc Speedway and a few other heated rooms, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this uphill battle just got a bit more difficult on his.
Those who are a little bit in the know understand that the red key intershaft is out of logic. Nis has broken logic from his standpoint. Not Mo, though. Mo had the health, and he had Varia and gravity. That's plenty of damage reduction to tank those key enter hits. But in Nis's case, the heat plus taking the 100 damage, for he has no way to can hitbox or screw attack to kill those musketeers. That's not in logic. Nis is out of logic.
Nis about to get 2 majors.
The double majors, high jump and X-ray.
Here's Phantom.
The unnecessary Phantom, but hey, it's a map, baby. especially for the biggest region in Super Metroid. Well, region, right? Currently in these settings.
Yeah, Niz missing on the Varia suit is definitely going to hold him back in terms of chance to catch up with Mo.
Absolutely. For those who are wondering, the only things that put Red Key Intershaft in logic for hard without Varia is like, I think 3 E-tanks and Screw Attack, or like a bajillion E-tanks so you can tank all of their hits. Because I believe can hitbox enemies starts in Expert. I don't think the Plasma strat is in hard.
I thought it was very hard.
Maybe the Plasma kill strat, but not the Plasma hitbox strat.
There's Phantom down, but he will not be marked off on the G4 tracker that is being used for the Metroid objectives. Niz finding more heat.
Oh, he's in trouble. He's in trouble.
Doesn't have the ammo to Crystal Flash either. Realistically speaking, how do you think Niz would find progression?
Come back from this?
Would he have to go back?
Find progression. In all likelihood, he's just gonna have to. What I expect is going through his mind right now is that he's gonna pursue every major he can so he can find Varia, right? Because in his mind, he probably believes that he's supposed to have 4 or 5, maybe even 6 tanks right now because he might have missed some, right? Because it's blind. Mm-hmm. So these heat runes are probably going to be in logic. That's what he's thinking, right? Especially since they just played Gravity 9+1 just for their first race, right? Yeah. So he might be thinking, oh, I have the health for heat. Let's do this. And he goes through, but no, lo and behold, you already broken logic.
Yeah, maybe he didn't realize going down that shaft wasn't.
Most likely. That is my thought. That a little reset for Mo.
And deciding Screw Attack wasn't worth it.
Yeah, and I know Mother Brain 2 and Metroid objectives, I would have to agree. It's not really worth it.
With only 2 tanks, though, there is the chance you get grabbed by the Metroids, and Screw Attack would help.
Absolutely. But with double suit, it actually does pretty minimal damage.
Yeah.
Besides, he does have charge beam for that pseudo screw.
Oh, reverse amphitheater there for Niz.
Ain't no way he's going for that one.
Yeah, he realizes that everywhere is heat.
That should be another clue that you missed something crucial like Varia suit. Or, on the flip side, it might be thinking that, oh, it's forcing me to go this way. This must be where I need to go.
Yeah.
2 sides of the same coin. Space jump from Nis.
I don't think that's going to help him much in this situation, but... Worst room in the game. Just all heat.
Nito SM in the chat says, just FYI, it's not out of logic for Nis. He has the health to wait for the key hunters, which is basic tech. You're still requiring to dodge them, though. There's no way I can believe that just waiting in those rooms and still dodging those key hunters isn't basic.
Yeah, that doesn't seem basic to me. Could be.
That seems very unrealistic. In basic, I wouldn't imagine you should be waiting in heat at all. Doesn't sound very basic.
Especially with one of the enemies that does the most damage.
Exactly. But I digress. I don't know as much as Nito does, so.
Yeah, if that is in logic, it's quite a difficult.
It's tragic.
Yeah, it's just tragic that Ness has missed the suit.
If that is truly in logic, then Why did they put Varia where they did? Just random filling? Because Varia was clearly and readily available before Red Canter Shaft.
We're about to get our Brainstorm up.
Nice little debos from Mo there. Little speed optimization.
He's going to peek the lower item before progressing.
And speed booster.
Blind speed.
He's in go mode, folks. He's in go mode. Because it's not required to be in heat proof to do that room, as long as you have the tanks. But he didn't have the tanks. He only had 3. Sorry, folks, for the little debate between Nito, SM, and I. We go back and forth on this logic stuff a lot. Nito being one of the premier runners and one of the actually the people favorite to win in this. He has been showing a strong race.
Nothing here in Torium. Both of them scanning the maps.
Yeah, trying to figure out that logical path.
Yeah.
A little reset from Nis. Sees all that heat. What's his plan now? He's going to find that screw attack. Mo making his way out of Torian.
His option to keep the screw attack.
My question is, where are all the Metroid objectives?
I think
he grabbed the Torian map and then left immediately. Yeah.
Was there two Metroids, 3 Metroids in Meridia? At least 2, right?
I think there was 2. I think it was Metroid. Shoot, I can't remember. I think one of them was 4. TG Derp in the chat says required bowling. There's a strong possibility he does realize, but he probably reset that Fantoon kill. That Fantoon and Fantoon map location netted him nothing, and it was far from the save. He might be on his way back to kill Fantoon right now. Yes, they actually both reset Fantoon.
Yeah, this is certainly a tough seed.
I didn't see the required bowling, though.
Neither did I, but obviously someone in chat's paying closer attention.
Yeah, Derp is no slouch either. Around the same seat as Mo, actually. A very strong player as well. Yeah, it does look like he's going towards Fantoon.
Screw tap might help Niz traverse these heated rooms a bit easier, being bailed out by an E-tank.
Yep. Round 2. Ding. Mo versus Fantoon.
Just a message in the chat there from Beans. Surprisingly, Red Key Hunter Shaft with 3 tanks is in basic from top to bottom, bombs only. No Varia?
I disagree wholeheartedly, 100%. That should not be in basic. Because that requires knowledge of how the key hunters move, and that is not basic knowledge. You'd have to know the key hunters move at a set pattern and exactly where they are. That is not basic. That is not basic like tech.
Yeah, that is an enemy pattern you need to learn to be able to successfully avoid.
From what I was told, basic knowledge, basic tech is supposed to be techniques and strats that don't require any real previous Super Metroid experience or any speedrun experience. Yep. Yeah, knowledge. That clearly demonstrates that you need knowledge of how those key hunters move.
Yeah, I'd have thought like 9 tanks or something, just so people can tank the damage.
I would put 12 tanks and taking damage way more basic than that strat.
Yeah, I'm very surprised to hear that.
So Aussie 101 in the chat, logic developer. Beating the first pattern isn't hard. Waiting is basic.
Right.
So there you go. It's in basic, y'all. We can hark and cry all we want, but what the Aussie says goes. Yeah, the whole chat is kind of... Yeah, the whole chat is just confused that is in basic, including multiple top runners. But back to the race at hand. Mo finishes the second Phantoon fight. Rex ship is now well alive and active. Nis making its way through Brinstar. See if we can get this map.
Yeah, he took a reset just. He came across the post-croc jump room.
Ah. And there he goes. He's in Torian. He's gonna get... Hopefully... Does he check this bottom item? I bet he does, because he's still missing that Varia suit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So. That will be speed.
So he's going to be coming across speed booster. Yeah, speed booster for Nisk in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Still an active discussion in the chat about whether that key hunt shaft should be in basic.
A heated discussion it is. But that's okay. It's all in good fun. General confusion. Nothing malicious about that. All right, Mo, back to the bowling alley. Wait, hold on. His bowling map isn't lit up. Did he somehow lose map data? He must have known bowling was required, but his map doesn't reflect that. Oh, I understand.
Above, right?
I understand. No, he got the map data. However, due to rolling saves, he actually saved over the file that had that map data revealed. Yes, so he did have the map, but he erased that map data from one of the save that had it.
Mm-hmm.
But he knows exactly where he needs to go. He knew he needed bowling.
Yes, Nis discovering the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, Nis, I've shown him the insane tech. I don't think he's going to do it. No, he's definitely not going to do it. Map data is written to every save file? Okay, then I'm confused about how he lost the Brinstar map data. Maybe he didn't know then. Maybe he just realized that was the only way to go. Okay.
Metroid room.
And here I thought I was on to something, because I'm pretty sure I thought I erased my data before. Aussie 101, one of the main developers for Map Logic, and one of the main developers for Map Rando in general. Here to set the score straight.
Mo clearing out one of the Metroid rooms there.
First room down at 40 minutes in. All right, question is, does Nis realize that he has to go kill Fantoon again? Rin Star map for Mo. He's so fast with it, I didn't even get to see the map. Nis moving swiftly along, going back towards Fantoon. I do believe he reset his speed booster, though, perhaps.
There's a lot going on in this race.
There really is. Yeah, that looks like a no speed booster for Nis currently. Had to reset that one.
Yeah, of course he went to bowling, right?
Yeah. There's two more Metroid rooms in Brinstar. Mo hitting the jackpot.
I think we know the location of all of them now, right?
I believe so. What was the one in, was it Criteria? That they just didn't go back for? Was it locked by something else?
I honestly don't remember, but I think there's 2 rooms, right, in Criteria? 2 Metroid rooms?
There's 2 here in Brinstar.
Yeah,
You said he also cleared another one, so that makes it 3 in Brinstar, yes?
This is the second one he's clearing now, right?
Yeah, but there's one more on the map he hasn't quite been to yet.
Is there one more?
I believe so.
He needs to slow down so we can keep track. Yeah, chat's
yes, there's one more.
3 in Brinstar. So just the one in Meridia. Or Criteria?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Question, have we found Mother Brain, though?
Yeah, Mo did see Mother Brain. I think.
I'm not sure. I remember he blinded the backside of Mother Brain in the last race, but I don't think he has this race.
That was the last race then.
Yes, Cruel Beans. So Nis is back at Fantoon because Brinstar requires that you go down either bowling or the climb supers. Those are your only 2 paths down. And since the logic to get down climb supers is an extreme or higher, bowling is the only other option.
Yeah, this will be the second
now
time
that being said, Nis does know a technique to get down climb supers. I show it to him all the time. Doesn't mean he wants to do it, though. Mo with no bombs. Has to do with the old-fashioned power bomb way.
Look at the amount of tank difference between Nis and Mo.
Okay, confirmation from Aussie 101. Key stairs take 12 E-tanks in basic, if this is how the numbers work. Waiting for the keys. Okay, that I can accept. Yeah, 12 tanks I can accept. But 4 tanks, I can't accept that. Which is actually 3 tanks, which is what Nis did to get down to the key enter stairs. Although, maybe that leniency is lower for hard.
I believe Nis is heading back to bowling.
Yeah, going back down to Bryn. Gonna take that bowling. Since he has speed, he knows he can return from the bottom of Rim. And those 3 Metroid rooms down there. I don't believe there's a map that they left out. I'm pretty sure they've gotten every map. Bye, Spo. Was Spo required, though? I can't imagine it is with single chamber being right here. We have ECB in chat saying that Mother Brain was around the final Metroid room. I do think I recall seeing it. I just wasn't for sure where.
If that's true, then it looks like Mo's ready to get things wrapped up.
Yeah. Chip knowledge was gained quite early, too. Basically a ship start, in fact. Nis reacquiring his speed booster.
Yeah, he lost it with the reset.
Hello, Botwoon. Gosh, without knowledge of this map, I wish I could see what this map looks like. He's so fast with it.
Only GT, right? We haven't seen.
Yeah, GT's the one we haven't seen yet. Have we seen Croc? Yeah, we saw Croc early, yes?
I thought Nis killed
Or was that the last race?
Or was that, yeah, the seed bleed is terrible.
Yeah, the seed is definitely bleeding on through my mind. I don't know if it was talked about much, but the heat leniency was increased for hard from 1.5 multiplier to a 1.75 multiplier. That's kind of nice. I can definitely see that being a little bit more lenient. So yeah, that increases the chance that Nis is out of logic here.
What would you have done in this situation, Spiffy?
If I was in Mo's situation or been Nis's situation?
If you're in Nis's position now and you've explored all these areas, seen all these rooms, still a lot of heat, no suits.
No Varia. It's troubling for sure, but then I would just have to keep going, knowing that I more than likely missed Varia somewhere. But at this point, with gravity and with enough tanks, you should be able to get through anywhere, because I'm not fighting any bosses. Since Ridley is not an objective, the missing out on Varia isn't as critical.
Yeah, Ridley's not been required, right, to progress in this seed.
Not that we've seen.
But 5 tanks, no reserve.
Ooh, okay, and this has screw attack, so he's okay.
He's okay.
He's running out of power bombs, though. He's got to make sure he groups these guys up a little bit better.
I would be inclined to just leave.
I think that's what he's planning on doing. Yeah, he's out of power bombs. Luckily comes across, farm, the crab maze, a power bomb farm location. And health farm location. Yep, there we go. We see Metroid 4 on the map, as well as Mother Brain on the left-hand side of Meridia. All right, Mo clearly making his way towards the end here. Nis struggling a little bit. Just a little bit. Seems like he's a little... Uh-oh, he's in trouble. And there it is.
Yeah.
All the way back to Norfair. Does he still have the Fantoon kill?
I don't think he has Speed Booster or the Fantoon kill. No, I think he has
definitely
the
not Speed Booster.
Not Speed Booster.
Tragic. He's definitely feeling the pressure now. Metroid room number 4 from Mo.
Number 4 from Mo. Last one. And Mother Brain is close by too.
Ooh. Hold. Gets it with 1 missile remaining. I like the confidence. I like the confidence there. Right next to that missile refill, he's golden. Does he speed skip? No, he's an ice skip. Little struggies there, but not too bad. Nis making his way down to the bottom half of the room. So once again, Mo is going to be cleaning this up pretty nicely with his 40 missiles and 15 supers.
Yeah, but he's only
and just like that,
less.
He's on the escape. Looks like this one will be wrapping up shortly.
Another 55-minute seed.
Get your guesses in the chat. How much for the escape? I'm going to guess a minute
220.
25. Oh my gosh, that's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. That's for sure. 240. 235? 235.
Yeah, I was 15 seconds off.
Sheesh.
It's quite a way back. It doesn't look it, but
maybe you got a better grasp on the map than I did, because I didn't see anything when he paused his game. Uh-oh. And this is stuck playing the waiting game here. Classic Metroid room, or escape room 2. Mo's pause game is on point. It definitely seems to be. I know it's a little bit of a meme, but definitely something a lot of people have been working on since the season 3, season 2. Ever since they started telling you what your pause timer was in the game, people have been really trying to really trim down how much time they spend in the pause menu. Okay, on to Criteria. Will he need to pause for the map? All he needs to do is go right back towards spawn. He will pause.
Quick, briefly.
So fast. Maybe he's just taking a picture of it with this smartphone or something. Is that allowed?
I don't see why not. There's been no discussion about it, right?
I don't know. That seems like an external tool.
But even though these races have gone the way that...
Yeah. The Mo's shortly going to be exiting here soon, just right before the ship. And get your GGs in the chat for our winner tonight, Mo, the 11th seed in this tournament, taking his matchup against Nis 2-1.
No, more like memory. I can see your room one time and it'll work.
And there's their forfeit from HisBeardNis. GG's all in the chat. we'll be joined here shortly with our racers. And here they are. Welcome on in HisBeardNis. Welcome on in Mo. Congratulations on your win today, Mo.
Thanks. GG's, Nis. Good game.
GG, man. I hate the Metroid one the worst.
Yeah, you left it for last. Wait, if you hate it the worst, why didn't you ban it?
Because most people ban it because they don't like playing it either. Like it literally is, the logic on it is there is no logic. It's the worst one. Like there is zero actual logical play in that one, in my opinion. And then the thing I've seen the most in that one is having a fan tune required for doing bowling, which makes no sense.
That
should not be a possibility.
I hate to break it to you, but there was logic in that run. I promise. You just skipped.
I'm sure.
I do not agree. It was a very logical seed.
Yeah, for sure. And just the fact that you guys got baited into resetting Fantune because it was so far away to just requiring Fantune to get down bowling.
Yeah. I don't think that should be a lot. I don't think that should ever be in logic in a map rando.
Yeah,
opinions. It is kind of unfortunate for sure, but when everybody's in the same situation, all is fair in love and map rando.
I disagree.
What's that, Mo? Go ahead.
Fabric, paint, glue, plastics, and materials were consistent.
I think.
Look at that part. It was only a partial, not enough to put through APHIS.
I think that bowling should. Sorry, Mike is ready.
Seems like we're getting a little bit of technical difficulty on Mo's side. There we go.
Sorry, my phone is. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we're clear now.
You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Sure do.
I think this thing is.
We can hear him, but he can't hear us.
Really?
Oh, not as nice. It sounds like almost like a fan that's on. Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you, Mo.
Yeah, that or Mo's a master troll.
Yeah, I think that bowling shouldn't be required. If Fantune,
I agree.
if Fantune is
What's up with that stuff together?
It's a tough call. It's kind of like one of those things beforehand that, like, it's very unfortunate that it was actually required this time, of course, especially since the location of Fantune is so far away.
I think that bowling shouldn't be required if Fantune is not an objective.
I see what you mean. That's a fair point. That's definitely a fair point. But we've definitely come across situations where Ridley's required when he's not an objective. It's very similar. Of course, it's different in the fact that the location that requires Fantune is in a different location where Fantune is, and that what makes it that much more tragic.
In the same area.
Yeah, but it is also similar.
You also have to. I don't know, because when you do Ridley, it's straight up a heat fight, and then you go from room to room, and that's it. When you do this one, it could be literally 6 maps away, and you don't know that it's required until way later. I don't think that that's a fair assessment.
Okay. Using your own words, why is that not fair?
Why is that not fair? Because it literally because no one is going to keep that. And your argument always is that, well, everyone has to do it, so it makes it fair. I'm having audio troubles? Me?
Well, the definition of fair is that everybody has to do it. Right?
I don't think that's. No, I'm saying that I don't think it's a fair. I don't think it's a fair thing to anyone to have to do it.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's not tragic. It is tragic in one of the worst possible ways. But by and large, it is fair.
Fair across the board for everyone to have to do it, yes. Fair as a requirement, no.
Fair for it to be expected of the runner is what you mean.
Correct.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel good to do that.
No, it
walk of
it definitely doesn't feel good. There is no situation where that ever feels good.
Like when
Not
I
even
saw that
slightly.
was the requirement, I wanted a DNF right then. Like it, I don't think that is a requirement that should ever be in Logic for when we're doing it this way.
Yeah, only in map random tournaments if we come across seeds like this, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, go ahead, Mo.
fair and yeah, twice. It's fair, but it's annoying.
Maybe a little bit more technical difficulty from our winner today, Mo.
He said fair but annoying.
Yeah.
So that's why you know this thing.
Fair but annoying. That's a fair way to put that. I think that's respectable.
That's the thing with. I was saying that's the thing with Map Rando. You have this kind of weird requirements sometimes that makes the. This is what gives. Let's see if is it working there? I have a really cheap microphone. Don't expect really good quality for.
When it works, we hear you clearly. Might be some latency issues though.
Okay. I think it might be working there. No, I was saying that this is the kind of things that give Map Rando that special thing, even if you are a really skilled player, when you have to deal with this stuff, you can shamble and lose to a less skilled player. That is it was make Map Rando. Oh,
I understand what you're trying to say, but it's things like this that makes Map Rando somewhat unique too.
Microphone with a very faulty wire.
So yes, Mo will be.
And that's it. That's it. This is the thing. Even if I feel that this is, it doesn't feel good. Even with that, these are the things that makes Map unique.
I agree 100%. These are the kinds of things that make Map Rando unique. All right, so I must say, game 2 going to Mo with the I forgot what mode it was. It was Varia plus movement. Yes. So you guys were moving around and couldn't quite find any super missile packs. Now you guys have both found 3 to 6 super power bomb packs before finding super missiles. If you guys remember their second race at all, please comment on how you guys felt about that one, finding all the power bombs.
By the time I found supers, I knew I was probably pretty far behind, but then I was like, well, maybe not. So I was on the way to killing Ridley. So I was like, well, maybe, but I feel like he's probably still really far ahead. So,
So by the time you found super missiles,
no, that's it.
Yeah, Mo was quite ahead because he actually found super missiles blind before you found it after trying to get to map. So like he actually found a logical progression to get those super missiles first, which then led him to get the criteria map earlier, which also led to him getting the very Western gravity suit way before you did. So that gravity advantage, I think he got his around like the 28 minute, maybe the 30-minute mark. And I clocked your gravity suit at 44 minutes in.
Yeah, I didn't particularly like either of the seeds, but it is what it is.
They're tough seeds for sure. Definitely tough seeds.
I think in the future I will be banning Metroids for any other race that I have to play. It is the
Metroids are
dumbest
tough,
mode.
too.
It is the dumbest mode out of all of them. The other one I played bad, but this one I do not like the mode. To me it's not good.
In my personal opinion, we were actually having this heated discussion between NN, myself, and the chat, by the way. Do you believe you were in logic when you went down Red Key Hunter stairs towards Norfair?
I thought possibly it could be, but there was also that major that was in the top left, so I'm assuming that was probably Varia, maybe, but I don't know what it was.
Absolutely was. It was Varia, and it was readily available to you as soon as you got that map. In fact, you snuck into that room, but you didn't have the missiles the first time around. It was the Mission Impossible room connected to Big Pink.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of fixated on that Norfair and getting that major on the way to Norfair, which is actually Spring Ball, but going a little bit to the left of that Varia, which your opponent Mo did today, provided him a pretty significant advantage for the rest of the game.
I'm sure that did. Still doesn't change my opinion, though.
Of course, bowling was still required. Of course, Fantune was still required, even though it was so far away. And you both reset them, both grabbed the map, and then both re-killed them again. But yes, it was tragic, for sure. Even with all of that said, though, Mo still finished with a respectable time of 54 minutes and 3 seconds. Sub-hour, sub-55. How you feeling, Mo? You'll be moving on.
Not gonna lie, at some point I was really worried about losing this match. These seeds were really rough, and I know that this has been grinding a lot, and he's improving. He has improved a lot last few weeks, and I'm not gonna lie, I was really worried about him really beating me this match.
Mm-hmm. And how about you, Nis? How are you feeling about taking on Mo for these second 2 races?
I mean, I was surprised I even won the first game, to be honest with you. So, like, I expected to lose 2-0. So, like, the fact that I beat him once at all was enough for me. So,
well, it didn't change your opinion. You took him once. Maybe you could do it again. You didn't get any kind of confidence boost after that first win.
I felt more pressured, to be honest, just because of the fact that, like, especially with what modes were remaining. Now, if no objectives would have been there, I would have been like, dude, this is over. Like, I have a chance to beat him. Like I can do this. But he banned that straight away. So.
Yeah, and I pick Varia boost movement because I know that water movement is not your biggest strength. So
it's not, well, UWJs aren't. The rest of it I'm okay with, but the UWJs are not. I'm not at that level yet. I have been playing lots of extreme seeds, and I've done like one insane plando, but the only insane trick I had to do was like a 9-screen climb or something.
Yeah, and the Metroid one, it was a coin flip. I really wasn't well prepared for that, but I'm glad that it turned out well for me.
Definitely, never want to play Metroids again. Never. I will ban that from
it's
here
definitely
until the end of time.
up there on the ban list priority for sure. For sure.
It is.
The fact that the No Mother Brain 2 takes away so many requirements because you're already taking away the Ridley requirement, but now you're also taking away the Mother Brain 2 requirement, which is where all the health, all the ammo, all the killing capacity is. Now they're just gone. So yes, it is definitely something that needs to be paid attention to and thought about.
I think if Nis hadn't banned double suit in that category, he could have a better chance of winning because he's more confident with his movement when he have both suits.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice. Well, let's go through that a little bit here. You decided to ban no objectives. I'm assuming that's to take away a lot of the RNG, the randomness of map rando. Is that correct in saying that?
Yeah, that was the reasoning behind that decision.
And then, so Nis, you deciding to ban double suit. Explain a little bit why you chose to do that.
Because generally, like, other people have a lot of good movement with both suits too. So like that was the same mentality. Like if I take that away, then he won't just have basically both keys and just be running around free.
But then, kind of on that same point though, you give the person free reign to enter basically any kind of water or heated room. That also kind of opens it up for more randomness, right? Because suddenly this heat room is not blocking you from logic. This water room is not blocking you from logic, which means a hub could have, which would potentially be 3 heat rooms in water room and 1 not water room. In a classic seed, you're only supposed to go one way, but now you have 6 different options.
Well, assuming you have the ammo, but yeah, that's true.
Yes, yeah, assuming you have the ammo, of course. But yeah, that's another way to think about it too. Like there's pros and cons, randomness to every kind of situation there is out there. All right. And then any questions for you on this interview? I know you've been paying attention. You've been kind of figuring out what they want to do, what they don't want to do. Anything you have for these guys? Any questions at all?
Not really.
I got them all, did I? Sorry, my post game analysis is a little on point. I got to prep myself for my races too.
Yeah, no, it's great.
All right. All right, so we have Mo moving on today to take on either the 6th seed Nevsty, the Nevster himself, or Techno Waffle 36, the number 27 seed. They have yet to conclude their matchup, but Mo will be moving on to take on either one of them. Nis will be moving on to the lower bracket where he still has a fighting chance to get through, maybe even come back into the finals. He has a bajillion walls in front of him before he gets there, but it is possible. I believe his opponent is also undetermined at this point, so we're just going to have to hold tight to see who's going to move on from there.
It says
Mo?
Chozo Bozo when I look at it, by the way.
Does it? I don't even see it.
It does.
I see it there. All right, so Nis and Chozo Bozo going head to head for the first round of the bottom bracket. How do you feel about your opponent, Chozo Bozo? You are 11 seeds above this runner. So you'll be
sure. Which that puts more pressure on.
But now you get to choose the ban first or pick first.
True. Which it'll definitely be Metroid's banned. Let it be known.
If you ban second though, you can see if they ban it for you.
Also true.
All right, y'all. I think that's gonna wrap it up for here on Speed Gaming. This is Spiffy Thomas on the comms with my co-commentator NN, with our racers today, Mo and HisBeardNis. Also, thank you to NN once again for tracking, and of course, all the Speed Gaming admin and the Map Rando Tournament admin as well. Final thoughts and other mentions before we sign off. I'll give it to my co-commentator NN, and then Mo, and then HisBeardNis. So, NN, take it away.
Just like to say thank you all for watching these races. It's quite late for many of you. Thank you for both of us giving us a good show. We hope to see you all next time.
All right.
I thought I was going to Mo. My bad.
Go. Take it away, Nis.
Thank you for commentating on all of it. You know, like beating somebody for the first time, like it was kind of neat out of the whole experience. Other than that, I got nothing.
All right, Mo, final thoughts before we sign off.
I just thank everyone for watching, and thanks you and Spiffy for taking this volunteer for this this task of commenting and tracking the match, so a lot of people can watch it. And thanks to everyone who watched the match, and stay tuned for more Map Rando.
Oh, most definitely. And you are very welcome. I enjoy doing these comms a lot. That's going to do it for us here on Speed Gaming tonight. Tomorrow, or today for some folks, we have some more matchups. Carter Freak versus Coltior. and also Tony T. Young versus Jay Meisher. They will be playing all of their games, all three of them. Both matchups will be playing all three games tomorrow, starting at tomorrow 6 p.m. At Eastern Time for Carter Freak and Coltier, and 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Tony T. Young and Jay Meisher. This is Spiffy Thomas signing off, saying thank you all for coming out and watching, and we will see you next mission.